Hi and welcome to my Discipline Priest Guide. My name is Phienix, and in this video I will explain how to properly heal as a Disc Priest. This is intended for patch 6.2.4, and any other information obtained may become false in the future. Let's start with gearing and stat priorities. The main stat you want is Mastery. That empowers your Power Word Shield and increases the overall healing done. Even if a certain item has more intellect, but loses some mastery, it's better to stick with the item that has the most mastery. There are a few exceptions to this rule. Following that is crit. Any critical strike creates an additional bubble. That's called Divine Aegeus. Haste is fairly irrelevant, but you will acquire passively. Now let's talk about talent and glyph choices. Your first tier is all about survival cooldowns. You have Desperate Prayer, Spectral Guise, and Angelic Bulwark. The choice is yours, but I stick with Angelic Bulwark. In the second tier, you have movement increasing effects. You have Body and Soul, Angelic Feather, and Phantasm. Once again, the choice is yours. I stick with Angelic Feather. The third tier, you have great mana restoration tools. You have Surge of Light, Mindbender, and Power Word Solace. I stick with Mindbender, but Power Word Solace would work equally as well as Mindbender. In the fourth tier, it greets you with Crowd Control. You have Void Tendrils, Psychic Scream, and Dominate Mind. The choice is up to you, but I like Void Tendrils. Tier 5 gives you 3 increasing performing effects. You have Twist of Fate, Power Infusion, and Spirit Shell. Now unfortunately, due to the nerfs of Spirit Shell and Twist of Fate, Power Infusion is your best choice in this tier. Tier 6 greets you with healing increasing talents. You have Cascade, Divine Star, and Halo. Now these are used on a fight by fight basis. If your raid is going to be stacked for that certain fight, take Divine Star. If they're going to be spread out more than 25 yards, Halo is going to be your best option. Now if neither of these two pair up, Cascade will be your best choice. Tier 7 has the fun talents. Your choices are Clarity of Will, Words of Mending, and Saving Grace. Now if your tank is getting a real beating, take Clarity of Will and make sure you keep it up. If not, Words of Mending is your best choice. Saving Grace is usually for PvP purposes only. As far as glyphs go, you don't have many useful choices. You almost always want to run the Glyph of Penance, which allows you to cast Penance on the run. Your other choices are Glyph of Fade and Glyph of Weakened Soul. Minor glyphs are largely cosmetic. The choice is yours. Now let's talk about actually healing. While there's no actual rotation with healing, you do have a mental priority system of spells to cast. Always make sure you're casting Power Word Shield on the tanks. This is a single target absorb that will mitigate some of the damage they take. Casting Power Word Shield on someone will give them a debuff called Weakened Soul, making it so you cannot cast another one for 12 seconds or so. Cast Prayer and Mending on cooldown. In period of low damage, you can make extensive use of Atonement Healing. This refers to casting Holy Fire, Smite, and Penance on a hostile target. All 3 of these spells heal low target allies. At the same time, it stacks up a buff called Evangelism. Evangelism stacks can be consumed by casting Archangel. Archangel is an amazing spell that increases your total healing done by 25% for 18 seconds. This is a huge healing increase and it should be saved in times of high rate damage. Pair this with Power Infusion and Prayer of Healing to heal up the raid as quickly as possible. Make sure to cast Power Word Shield on all members of your raid. Depending on what healing or party unit frames you're using, you can track the Weakened Soul debuff, making sure that once the debuff wears off, you can cast another Power Word Shield. You also have other useful cooldowns other than Power Infusion. Pain Suppression is a single target cooldown that reduces the damage for 40% for 8 seconds. This should be used on your tank whenever they ask for it, or whenever you see fit. Power Word Barrier is a raid cooldown that reduces the damage taken by 25% for 10 seconds. It has a very small radius. It's best to use when your raid is stacked in a period of high raid damage. This about sums up the basics of Discipline Priest. There are some more intricate passive bonuses and spells, but you will get to know those as you get to know your priest. For more information, follow me on my Twitch. I stream about 3 days a week. I will leave the information on the description below. Thanks for watching. Hope this video helps. As always, good luck and have fun.